name is Xavien from Union City High School. I'm a quarterback.
What was your first impression of Coach McKnight?
Uh, you know, he was just a really cool dude. He was really welcoming. I remember the first practice; it was up on his roof, and I was shy, a little timid. It was my first training session, so he saw that in me, and he got it out of me, and he made me comfortable with him.
What were his workouts like?
They were fun. I know he would always joke in between reps and sets. It wasn't always serious. He was joking around with us. But when it was time to work, he was on top of us, and he let us know that it was business hours.
How did he stand out to you compared to other coaches that you may have had in your past?
Yeah. Um. He wasn't like an aggressive type of coach. He would talk to you. He really wanted to see what you were seeing in the game and try to put himself in your shoes. Not a lot of coaches want put themselves in your shoes, and he did that, and he thought about you before himself.
How did he help you build your confidence up as a quarterback?
Yeah. He was always in my ear anytime I made a mistake. Um, he would always bring me to the sideline, tell me, just keep your head up. You got this. Like, just because you got people watching you, have pressure on you, doesn't mean that you got to start getting nervous. That just brings a bigger stage for you, better opportunities.
Did he keep in touch with you when he went over to Hudson?
Yeah. I was actually one of the first people to find out he was going to Hudson. I remember right before he made the announcement. He called me. He told me. He said, I'm going to Hudson, and that's how it went.
What advice did he give you that you still apply to this day?
Just be gritty, be poised. He used to say that a lot. Be poised and under control, and that's the type of dude he was. He was always under control, calm, poised. I try to do the same thing that he did.
What's the main thing you want people to take away about Lamar McKnight's life?
He was a gritty guy, you know. Um, he was always there for us too. He always said, I don't need kids. You guys are my kids." And every time he said that, it really meant something to me because I know that he cared about me and he was gonna prioritize me over anybody else.
That's awesome. What's one word you would use to describe Lamar McKnight if you had to choose just
Mm,
one?
uh, Resilient. You know, he was a hard worker himself. I try to mimic his game as much as I can. He was just a great guy, great dude to be around. Always had a great energy. When he walked in the room, you could feel it. Like he wasn't a quiet dude or a cocky dude. He brung the energy. He brung life into the locker room and the coaches.
Appreciate it, X. Thank you.